This is the 10 to 11 a.m. Horses in the Morning Hour of the 2016 Horse Radio Network Holiday Radiothon by Weatherbeeta, with voicemails sponsored by HorseLovers.com. To hear all 12 hours of the Radiothon, visit HorseRadioNetwork.com and click on the Radiothon banner on the right side of the page. If you are listening on iTunes or on a podcast catcher, then you will find it under the Horse Radio Network All Shows feed or the Stable Scoop Radio Show feed. If you are listening on the Horse Radio Network phone app, you will find it, all 12 hours of it, under the Stable Scoop Radio Show. To see who won the prizes and to check out the sponsors, visit holidayradiothon.com. Thank you all for listening and enjoy.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
'Twas the night before Radiothon when all through HRN headquarters, all the critters were sleeping, even PT Scooter. The voicemails were edited and ready to play in anticipation of this long day. The hosts were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of eggnog and cider danced in their heads. And Glenn the Geek in his Big Bang Theory PJs, and Jen in her Fitz breeches had just settled in to catch some last-minute snoozes. When out in the pasture arose such a clatter, Glenn sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the barn he flew like a flash, tugged on his Ovation country boots to avoid a big splash. The moon on the green grassy paddock showed Glenn a scene that gave him such a panic, when what to his eyes should appear but two big mustangs and one that girl Jamie with lots of cheer. With so much excitement she couldn't stay away, so she got on Zeus and ponied Thor and galloped to Ocala with a neigh. More rapid than Santa her mustangs did fly, across rivers and mountains and deserts they astonished passers-by. On Zeus, on Thor, let us go see Scooter and Nigel, Glenn, Coach Jen, and Dr. Wendy are idle. Nobody need fear, Jamie has lots of surprises, and will help with Radiothon to give out thousands of prizes.
Get ready for your fattest ride.
Deck the stalls with herds of horses, listener voicemails and prizes, special guest 12 hours live. This is your fantasy ride. It's the Holiday Radiothon on the Horse Radio Network.
Welcome to Hour 2, the Horses in the Morning Hour of the Horse Radio Network 12-hour live holiday radiothon by Weatherbeeta, with additional support provided by HorseLovers.com, Omega Alpha Equine, Cavallo Boots, and Stud Muffins. I am Glenn the Geek, and with me in the studio in Ocala, Florida, is host of the driving radio show, Dr. Wendy Ying, and we are your MCs for the entire 12 hours.
Okay, welcome back, everybody, and we have Jamie back with us for Hour 2 of the 12-hour Radiothon.
And you're actually here at the beginning of the hour.
This is exciting. That's the first time I've heard Jared's little song. I love it.
Isn't it good? Jared Rogerson, thank you so much for doing that for us. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate all of the top of the hour contributors from our listeners as well. So that's kind of cool that we had so many entries this year for the voicemails. I was able to use them at the top of every hour too. We had so many really, really good ones. We have 12 hours of unbelievable guests. If you're just joining us, we're in Hour 2. As we said, we have $4,000 in prizes. Just gave a couple away to some lucky winners. If you want to give us a call, Jennifer will take your name and add you to the list. It's the only way you can get entered now. 435-272-1997. She has a bunch of calls on there that she's getting ready. We'll try and take more callers this hour as well. Wendy, what are the prizes this hour?
We have some great prizes this hour. We have a pair of Cavallo Trek hoof boots worth $170. Glenn and Jennifer use these boots all the time. Scooter and Nigel, and they're some of the most comfortable and longest lasting boots on the market today. Plus, Glenn just showed me this morning, they come in little baby mini size.
Brand new.
They're adorable.
So cute. Oh. I have them on my desk here. They're cute.
Plus, we have a Stud Muffins gift pack worth $250. Stud Muffins are the horse treats that are 100% handcrafted. Every batch is made with care and devotion to produce the ultimate horse treat for your equine herd, whether you have 1 or 100. And I can personally vouch for these. My little babies will run you down in the paddock for these Stud Muffins.
Can you imagine $250 worth of Stud Muffins?
No.
That's a lot of Stud Muffins.
That's Duke's fantasy for Christmas right there.
All right, I don't have the drum roll music, so Wendy and I will help. It's time to find out Jamie's fantasy ride and big announcement, which she told us she was going to... You've been teasing me with this for a month. I've been dying here. So, all right, Jamie, your fantasy ride first.
Do you want? Let's do fantasy ride first.
Yep.
Okay. So I had to write this. I had to write a letter to myself on this, so I would control my
emotions
myself. Yeah. So my fantasy ride. Here goes. I sat down and thought really hard about who the one horse, past or present, I would ride if given a chance. My thoughts were all over the map. Valegro, my favorite show jumper of all time, Gem Twist, my current heart horse, Zenyatta, the horse that made me want to be an eventer, Dr. Peaches, or some of my favorite race horses of all time, Easy Goer, Seattle Sioux, American Pharoah, Secretariat. Glenn will only let me pick one because I'm not George Morris. So I go back a little further. There was one horse that I dreamed of, talked about, did school reports about, read everything I could read about. So if I could choose the one horse that I feel fueled my desire to live, eat, sleep, and breathe horses, it would be the greatest racehorse of all time, Man o' War. In the Walter Farley book, Man o' War, the fictional stable hand, Danny Ryan, this is what stuff as kids or dreams are made out of, takes Man o' War out for a ride before he retires. And I wish I had the book because I'd quote it, but the way he described riding that horse, so powerful and so scary, was what made me want to be an exercise rider. Feeling that out of control, awesome speed of a racehorse would be like no other feeling on the planet. In 1920, in one of his last races, only one person would even enter a horse against him, and that was a horse named Hoodwink. Man o' War won that race by more than 100 lengths, setting a new world record for 1 mile and 5/8, besting the previous record by 6 seconds. That record still stands today. So over his 2-year career, Man o' War won 20 of 21 races, setting 3 world records, 2 American records, and 3 track records. So in summation, my fantasy ride is the greatest racehorse of all time, Man o' War.
Yay! Good pick.
Yeah,
good
that's a
pick.
great one.
I think we're probably going to hear a lot of Secretariats and American Pharaohs, but I don't know if we'll hear a lot of Man o' Wars. We'll find out.
Well, we'll find out.
All right, now enough
back.
of that. I want to know. I want to know what the big announcement is.
Okay, so I had to write this one down too.
Oh, geez.
I got up really early this morning. I was so nervous to talk about all this stuff.
All right, now you're not resigning, are you? Because then I'm gonna
quit.
Have to get.
No, I'm not quitting.
Okay.
So the big announcement, this is something that Chad and I have been working on for about a year, and something that I've really been dreaming about for many, many, many years. The thought of me having another child, Wendy, has not been in the cards for us for many reasons. Wendy thought I was going to say I was pregnant, but being pregnant, having a baby, raising a baby were all no-goes for me. But Chad has always wanted another child, and we would love to have a sibling for Lucas. So the big announcement is that Chad and I have already begun the process of adopting a child.
Wow!
Yay, congratulations!
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you. We researched and studied and learned and have been to seminars and
Not a baby,
all the
I'm assuming.
orientations. Well, we were thinking about wanting to do a local adoption. But really here in Arizona, you got to be a foster parent. But if you are a foster parent and you foster a child for years, there's sometimes no guarantee that you'll be able to adopt that child, and it can be taken away from you at any time. And Chad said that there's no way that emotionally I could handle that.
Right.
You
can't give away a chicken. So
no. I would go to jail. There's just because the mother's, sister's, grandpa's, uncle's, cousin's, nephew has more of a right to that child than you do, even if you've raised it for years, because their blood. So that's kind of the system here in Arizona and many states around the country. So the other option is you can do a private adoption, which is where you, like a pregnant mother wants to give up a baby. But again, then you have a baby. And so that wasn't really what we wanted either. So just to add to the announcement, we are about 4 months into what could be a minimum of at least 2 years, the process to adopt a child internationally. So we're actually adopting a child from Ethiopia.
Oh, wow. So this will be a little bit older child out of diapers?
I don't know.
Riding age.
Yeah, it needs to be riding age is what Jamie...
Yeah. So we have not specified whether we wanted a girl or boy. We're just going to kind of leave that out there. We put ages 2 to 5. So something young enough to be close enough to Lucas's age. We're excited. Lucas is excited.
Yay.
And it's going to be just an incredible adventure. We have to go to Ethiopia. Once we finally get matched and you go meet you're going to meet your match. We get to go to Ethiopia, not once, but twice.
Live shows from Ethiopia. We've never done that before.
Right? Isn't that amazing? We're flying into Addis Ababa when we finally, when it happens. But that could be quite a ways away. So we have had our first home study. We have a second one next week. And by the way, Glenn and Jennifer, I put you guys as a reference. So if anybody calls, say nice things.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people in the auditor room congratulating you now and saying, thank God you're not quitting. Because Jamie, about a month or two ago, said, I need a reference letter. Well, why does anybody need a reference letter from their boss?
Yeah.
Is because they're leaving. So, and she assured us it's not because she was looking for another job. And I think we gave you one, didn't we? Did I give you glowing reviews or did I say you sucked? Because that's what I wanted to put in the reference letter.
It wasn't a reference letter. You see how much you had to do with it. I'm sure your wife did it. So I needed a employment verification.
I told her to tell everybody that she doesn't work here and that she sucks. She's the worst ever at her job, and nobody should ever hire her. I'm so glad it wasn't because you were leaving. So thank you.
It wasn't that, but now I'll get no baby. Thank you very much, Glenn. Big jerk.
Good one.
Congratulations, girl.
Thank you. We're really excited. Hey, Lucas. Lucas, come here.
Is Lucas excited too?
Yes. So, are you going to get a brother or a sister?
A sister.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're getting
I
a
say
sister.
sister, too.
Yay.
Ethiopia.
Oh, you can say that? I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, it changes daily whether he wants a brother or a sister. So,
Do you have a choice or not when to ask for one or the other?
You say what?
Do you have a choice to ask for one or the other? Brother or sister?
We could choose,
Okay.
but we decided not to choose. We just kind of going to leave it up to the one that's needed. There's like 50,000 orphans in Ethiopia. So I just figured the one that's at the top of the list that needs us the most is the one we're going to take.
Good for you. Good for you, girl. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Finally, thank God I get to talk about it. Jeez, you know how hard this has been?
Yeah, usually you tell us everything in the morning before the show starts. And this one she was holding out, so I was getting a little nervous.
And this
I
is a
just
big
thought
one.
no better place than a holiday show to talk about adding to our family.
Congratulations. Why don't we talk to some listeners here? They can congratulate you too. Let's get through as many as we can. We have about 10 minutes before we go on to our next guest. So we have Ruby coming on right here. Merry Christmas, Ruby.
I'm being called. Hold on. I had my headphones in. Hey, hello? Can you hear
Hello,
me now?
Ruby. Merry Christmas.
Hi. Congratulations, Jamie. I just had a friend that adopted from India, so I'm so excited for you.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
You can give me her phone number. I'll talk to her because this is such a challenge. It's really, really amazing, though.
I
But
might
good for her.
I might just do that. So I might have to ask. I'll talk to her and see if she wants to offer some guidance, maybe.
Please, that'd be great. I need all the help I can get.
Well, Ruby, what is your fantasy
so
ride,
awesome,
Ruby?
though.
What's your fantasy ride?
Can it be fictional,
Sure.
like a book character?
Hey, it's your fantasy.
So my fantasy ride would be from one of my favorite horse book series, and it's not just a horse, it's Pegasus, and his name is Star, and he's pretty awesome. He's got like superpowers and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that would be my fantasy ride.
Well, if you're going to have a fantasy ride, it might as well be one with superpowers.
Yeah.
Right?
Might as well.
I didn't know
It's
we
a
could
fantasy.
Too, so
Jamie wants to
it's a
change your
Pegasus.
pick.
I mean, come on. That's just up the ante right there.
Well, thank you, Ruby. We know you listen all the time, and we really appreciate you listening in. And good luck on winning something today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for all that you guys do. It's awesome.
All right,
You
Ruby.
guys are amazing.
Merry Christmas.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, Katie is coming up next. Merry Christmas, Katie.
Hi.
Are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Merry Christmas.
You're live.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. You guys are so fast.
I know.
I didn't expect to get through.
You got through. You're here. So where are you from, Katie? What state?
I am from Vermont,
Oh, very good.
which actually has to do with my fantasy ride. I'm actually a quarter horse girl, but being from Vermont, I think I would have to say Figure, which was the Justin Morgan horse, just because he was so awesome.
Yes, very good. That is a good pick, actually. I'm surprised too with the voicemails and now the callers what variety we're getting of fantasy rides. So why would you pick
Yeah,
that
if I had
one?
to pick a quarter horse, that would be different, but I'd probably have to pick like Doc Bar, but I just love Justin Morgan.
Why did you pick that one?
Justin Morgan?
Yeah, why did you pick it?
Because he started a whole dynasty, of a whole breed of horses, and he could do everything. He could pull a plow, he could, ride, he could race, he could do everything. And he has only like 14 hands. It's crazy.
And being from Vermont too, he was basically belonged to a Vermont school teacher, right?
Exactly. Yep. Justin Morgan, who's what the breed is named after. And plus, he kind of put Vermont on the map for horses. We're a small little state. We don't have a lot of claim to fame. So you got to kind of take it when you can.
That's because you can only ride 1 month a year when it's not snowing.
Exactly. It's either mud
Not if you
season
have a
or
Morgan,
snow
Glenn,
season.
because they can drive your sleigh around.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Morgans are a great
That's
breed.
true. My friend is actually looking for a sleigh, and I already told her, I'm like, you have to take me out. When I was a kid, my grandfather used to take us out on a sleigh, and so it's like, I want to do it again.
Fun.
But I don't drive, so.
Well, you'll learn. It's
I
easy.
should.
Everybody's getting into driving thanks to Wendy and I. We're converting the world. Thank you, Katie. Merry Christmas.
I should, just for the winter. Thank you. Merry Christmas
Bye.
to you. Bye-bye.
All right, Jamie, next up, say hi to Lindy.
Lindy, hey, how are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too. Thank you, guys. I'm loving the show.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us and calling in. We got to ask, who's your fantasy ride?
It would be Hidalgo.
That's a good one, too.
Oh, she's
Love
taking
to
Hidalgo
complete
and
the
putting him
Tevis
in.
on Hidalgo.
Nice. She's
Vigo would be my crew.
Oh, he'd be in the. I'd be riding double with him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well done. Well done. Well, we hope you have a wonderful holiday. You're entered for all these amazing prizes. And thank you so much for calling in. And thank you for giving me a visual of Vigo in the saddle with me on Hidalgo. Appreciate it.
There you go. It's a fantasy worth thinking about.
Double fantasy.
And hi to Denise, too, the guest speaker.
Oh, hi, Denise. She'll be here shortly. She's going to be spending the rest of the day with us if she's not here already. I don't know. But
Tell her I said hi. I rode with her at Myrtle Beach.
Oh, cool. Fun. What a neat ride. We're going to thinking about coming up next year to join all you guys for that.
I hope you do. I'm on the planning committee for that ride, so we would love to have you.
Can we do a live show while riding on the beach with our great big microphones? We could do that.
You sure could.
Lindy, we'll look forward to that.
I know you could.
I love Myrtle Beach. Sounds like fun.
All righty. We'll see you next year.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Jamie, your next caller is Nikki.
Nikki, hey, how are ya?
Hey, Jamie. Happy holidays. Hi, Glenn and Wendy. How you guys doing?
Merry Christmas, Nikki.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
So,
let's hear it.
Yeah, sorry.
I said, let's hear it. Who's the fantasy ride?
The fantasy ride, after much deliberations, I was just like you. I'm like, oh, God, who would I pick? It would be Harry with the Lair Snowman, but I want to ride with Lady Martha Sitwell.
Oh, my God. That's
and
okay.
Fun.
They keep getting better and better. And I keep saying, why didn't I think of that? That's awesome.
I would just love to ride with those two women, Lady Martha and Leslie, and hopefully come back in one piece.
Well, I know Leslie's listening, and she's probably getting a huge kick out of that because, I mean, riding with, let's put it all together. So far, we've got Lady Martha, Leslie Wiley, and Vigo. Woo! That's a good day.
Yeah. Now we just got to add those polar players, and Jamie, we're set.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to talk to one of them later. Oh my, I'm a nervous wreck.
I can't wait.
And he's been promoting it like crazy. Nick Rowland has been promoting it everywhere. So I think he's looking forward to talking to you too, Jamie.
Yeah, I don't think he talks to, I think he's promoting that he's talking to Monty Roberts. I'm just peanuts over here. Just reading the prizes.
Monty Schmonty.
Oh,
You're Jamie Jennings.
Who cares about that guy? He's got you.
Yeah.
No mention. Congratulations on your announcement. That's wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks. If that doesn't put me in the holiday spirit, I finally get to post on Facebook about it. Gee.
Yeah, I am amazed
right?
you've kept this quiet this long. That's the biggest secret you've ever kept.
I've never had, I don't have secrets. So,
It's because Chad made her keep the secret.
That's it.
He said, if you tell, the deal's off.
Speaking of Chad, we have a very special interview in the 11th hour during Horse Husbands. This is the longest interview of the day because I didn't cut any of it out. It was listener questions for your husband. And I'm going to make sure you're busy during that hour and can't listen. So...
Well, am I going to want a divorce after that?
You're not going to be adopting a baby. I think you'll be leaving the house, or he will, one or the other. Coming up in the 11th hour. Thanks, Nikki. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Glenn. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. All right, we have one more quick. We'll have to make this quick before we head into our next guest. We have Christina on here.
Hi.
Hey, Christina.
How are you?
We're great. We're great. Thank you so much for calling in. Happy holidays to you too. What is your fantasy ride?
Adolfo Cambiaso decided he's a polo player from Argentina. He's a 10-goaler. He decided to clone.
You're going to ride Adolfo?
And, all right.
Yay! It's a fantasy ride.
Yeah, he is my fantasy ride. No, he decided to clone his favorite polo mare, Quetzaltero, and anyone who clones a mare and thinks it's that good, that's the horse I want to ride.
Oh, so true. So true. To clone a mare, she must be a really, really good mare.
She must have been amazing.
And it doesn't hurt that she was owned by an Argentinian polo player because they're all gorgeous.
Here we are riding double again.
Yeah, I know. There's a theme here, and it's not a Christmas theme.
Christina, thank you so much for calling in. We really appreciate it, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I would like to say that now we've got an Argentinian polo player. We've got all these wonderful men. And then Jerry Johnson just commented to me that I'm sure Mike Smith is available for the group ride too.
He's calling in later, I'm sure. I'm sure Mike is calling in to talk to you.
Please call after my hour is over.
We had to record our next guest ahead of time, but let's take a listen. It was a lot of fun. And I will say, I had to do some selective editing to keep this a family show. So here we go.
And we welcome to Radiothon one of our favorite people. His name is Stuart Pittman. And Stuart is, I think now, Stuart, you're the world's leading advocate for retraining racehorses.
You think so, huh?
No pressure.
I'll take it. I won't argue.
You started
I've
something.
Spend enough time at it. Yeah.
Yeah. You obviously began the Retired Racehorse Project, and you've become, the voice for the retired racehorse. And I know that's what you set out to do, and you did it, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, we're here to talk to you a little bit about the holidays. I could always pick your brain on horse training, and I always have questions, but Glenn's making me save that for another time.
It's a party. It's Christmas. It's our Christmas party.
You can ask me what I want for Christmas?
Yes. What do you want for Christmas, Stuart?
Yeah, sure. Start with that.
You guys giving stuff away?
Yeah, $4,000 worth.
No, I want $400,000. No, I want you guys to be the title sponsor of next year's Thoroughbred Makeover. How about that? And if you can't do that, at least you need to be there to cover it live.
I'll put that in your stocking, okay? I'll send that right over.
Glenn, seriously, if you could make that happen, that'd be fantastic.
Okay, I'll work on that.
We'll get a booth for you and everything.
That's only 1,000 times the prizes we're giving away today, Stuart. So
in 12
just
hours,
make us look shabby and small. Go ahead.
No, this is cool because Glenn, I actually did some research on Stuart, and Stuart actually has a very interesting family life, which would mean I would believe Christmas and the holidays.
You were researching my family life?
Yes. I have been Google searching you, my friend, and now you're going to have to come clean because I did not realize that your Doden Farms, which is a 550 acres in Maryland, you are the 8th generation of the family to own this farm. True or false? True. You have 6 siblings and you're the 8th generation. Dear God, what is Christmas like on the farm for you?
Well, there are a lot of people because I have 7 siblings and they live all over the place. Although 3 of us live on the farm, my 2 sisters and I. One runs a winery there, a vineyard, which is kind of
that's good at the holidays.
And, It is. We can't always afford their wine, but we start out with a bottle of their wine and then we move on to the boxes and all the other stuff that we drink. But my dad died a few years ago and my mom is still there in the main house. And my wife, Erin, and I and our 2 boys have a house, and my other sisters have houses there too. So it's kind of like a nice family commune. And then the others come visit.
Yeah, he's on a compound, basically. Yeah. You've got a compound of family members.
You're like the Kennedys.
Yeah, I mean, I got born into the right family. It's great to have a piece of land that everybody thinks of as home, and we will never sell. My dad set it up into a land trust where we can't sell any of it if 5 of the 7 don't agree, and there's never going to be 5 of the 7 who want to sell even an acre of it. So it's here for now. Hopefully our kids will feel the same way.
What a smart guy your dad was.
He was a lawyer.
Oh, there
hard to get anything by.
That explains it.
He tried to go into business with me at one point, and he wrote up a contract, and I just said, hell no, I'm doing this on my own. You're not taking all my money.
And I do love that on your website that it does say that you, from the very beginning, never took instruction well from your dad.
Or really anybody, if you would. I didn't. And he thought he knew something about horses because he'd gone out west and worked on a dude ranch and he dabbled in horses. He was a lawyer really, but then when I joined Pony Club and I started getting told that you're supposed to actually take care of them. And learn a few things. I started to rebel, and I was about 12 or 13 at that point. So my teenage years, there was a lot of conflict over the horses with my dad. But then later on, when I decided to go into business doing it, he first tried to stop me from doing that. But then once I went ahead and did it, he became really, really supportive and proud, and it was great.
Well, he's a lawyer, but the history of the farm is that it was a tobacco farm. And then when that faded, it began raising beef cattle, right? So he's a cowboy, cowboy lawyer.
Well, he didn't actually, we did the cattle on foot. We didn't usually ride the horses into the cow field. We were pretty scared of the cows. We had Black Angus, and then we mixed them with Charolais, and they're pretty mean. And when those cows calf, it was scary walking out in those fields. We used to get run out of there all the time. But we no longer have cattle. When I decided to do the horses, we started, ripping out the barbed wire fence and putting in board fence and got rid of the cattle. I wouldn't mind having a few cows now. After the Thoroughbred Makeover, I kind of want to be a cowboy again and learn how to rope and do all that stuff. But I haven't done that yet.
Well, I was just going to say, let's get back to the holidays a little bit. What do you guys do that's really different or special there at the farm?
Well, we used to cut down our own tree on the farm, but then all the tulip poplars grew up so fast they drowned out all the pine, and we don't have much anymore. But I remember the last time that I cut down the tree. My my parents were always procrastinators, and I think it was Christmas, 2 days before Christmas maybe, and we still didn't have a damn tree. And I was about 13 or 14, and I went out looking for trees. And if there aren't many pine trees left and you look hard enough, they start to look like Christmas trees. And you finally pick one. And I think it was actually a branch off of a tree. And I remember bringing that back to the house, and it was my Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and I actually used it. But from then on, we bought our Christmas trees elsewhere. So that was a cool tradition, was cutting down our own trees. But it's all tulip poplar now, and that doesn't really work with the pine in the woods.
No.
And, we other than that, I don't know, there was always we'd go fox hunting the day after Christmas. What else? That was Boxing Day. When it was snowing, of course, we'd do some sledding. But mostly just what everybody else does. You eat and you do a lot of presents, and, you feel like crap at the end of the day.
And that leads us to kind of the question of the day, which is, if Stuart Pittman could ride today any horse in the entire history of the world, and it was only one horse, who would you want to ride?
California Chrome.
No kidding. Why?
California Chrome. Is that what everybody else is saying too? Why?
No.
Because no. It used to be I wanted to ride Secretariat, but he's dead. So I know you said in history, but I haven't really seen him much lately. And he got kind of fat when he got older anyway as a stallion. And you have to look back at when he was younger to really want to ride him. But California Chrome, I was obsessed with that horse when he was running the Triple Crown races. And then after that, I got to the point that I was watching videos on Blood Horse every time the horse worked. They were putting videos up of his works, and that's where I really loved him. He would go out on the track, and he would stop and stand and look at everything, and then he would trot, and then he would pick up a canter, and then his stride would just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and his ears were pricked. There are other racehorses that it was fun to watch them do that too. American Pharoah, it was fun. But I just got obsessed with watching him, these videos of his works. And he just seems like such a well-balanced horse and a happy horse and an athlete that could do anything. So, my fantasy of riding him would be, I wouldn't just get on and just get right off or even do it at the track. I'd like to bring him back to the farm. And if I could only ride him once, I'd probably ride him for about 6 hours because I would want to train him and get him supple and get him balanced and teach him some transitions and then start jumping over some cross rails. And by the end of it, of course, we'd be jumping courses. And he'd be such a great athlete and such a smart horse that he would learn it really fast. And, at the end of the ride, I have myself a really awesome event horse. And then they'd take him away and take him to the breeding shed. But,
I hope Art Sherman's
cool.
listening right now.
Yeah. I'm sure he is.
Yeah. If he's sterile, send him my way. He's another, cigar. But hopefully that won't happen.
Well, Stuart, we sure do appreciate you coming on and talking about your fantasy ride and what life is like for you guys up in Maryland for Christmas. And we do hope you give every single one of your siblings a hug from us and your mom as well. And we wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Well, thank you. It's always fun talking to you guys.
Thanks, Stuart. Merry Christmas. And there's the edited version of Stuart Pittman.
He got into a little more California Chrome than we needed to hear about.
Jamie, who is our title sponsor for today?
Our title sponsor for today is Weatherbeeta. Have you ever wished your horse's blanket came with completely innovative leg straps? Look no further than Weatherbeeta's ComfiTech Ultra Cozy Blanket. This blanket comes with padded, elasticized, and removable leg straps designed for a secure and comfortable fit. Not only can you secure your horse's blanket onto him or her, but the extra padding provides more cushioning against your horse's legs. So to learn more, visit weatherbeeta.com/ComfiTech, ComFitec. Stay tuned the next hour for more highlights from the ComfiTech range, new from Weatherbeeta for winter 2016. I got all Southern on that. Weatherbeeta.
Yeah, you did. You went into your
Weatherbeeta.
It's so funny because before the show started, Wendy and I were going, geez, Weatherbeeta came out with new blankets. That means we have to buy all new blankets because
I know I'm in trouble.
Because you want the newest
I live
thing.
in Sarasota, so it's only a fashion item for us, but I still need them.
That's right. Blankets are like saddle pads. You need the newest because you don't want your horses out there in yesterday's wear, right?
And especially the elasticized straps, the padded straps, because that's a huge pet peeve of mine when people don't cross my leg straps when they're putting the blankets on. So I think that's so great because they can, like, you can even have your horse husband put your blankets on and you don't lose sleep over this chub rub they're getting on their thighs.
During the Stewart interview, I had to run outside, and because I clipped Zeus, I had to take his little blanket off, and I need him to get him a new one. This one's super old that I got from a neighbor because I don't have a horse that wears a 72. But he does. He's the tiniest horse I've ever owned. So I had to run out and take the blanket off because I looked outside and he and Thor are battling over the blanket. And I'm like, no, do not eat your blanket.
Well, you need a super tough Weatherbeeta Comfortech Ultra Cozy blanket.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All right, let's take a listen to the next voicemail package. And this is where Jerry Johnson comes in. Jamie, You're going to want to listen to this.
You have reached the Horse Radio Network voicemail line. Please leave your voicemail after the tone.
It's Amanda from HorseLovers.com, and my favorite holiday food is my grandma's cookies. We even bake them together sometimes. Enjoy these voicemails brought to you by HorseLovers.com.
This is the Johnson family Christmas contribution to the 2016 HRN Radiothon. You've heard Philip and Wendy, sometimes Coach Jen, Debbie and Lena, let's not forget Glenn. But do you recall the most famous show host of all? Hedwig the Pomeranian from the Healthy Critters Show tackles all the tough questions Jamie Jennings doesn't know. All of the hosts adore her, even with a funny name. Hedwig the Pomeranian joins in all the HRN games. Then one frosty Christmas Eve, Glenn came home to see the host had wrapped his gifts in gold underneath the Christmas tree. Now Hedwig the Pomeranian is on the Healthy Critters Show. She'll answer all those vet questions Jamie Jennings never knows. All of the hosts adore her as she yips and barks with glee. Hedwig the Pomeranian is making podcast history.
Well done, Jerry.
'Twas the night before Radiothon throughout the land. Listeners and others dream of the prices to be had. With Glenn and Jamie providing stories of their ponies, they gave us much laughter and tears throughout the year. We all have fancy rides. We listen to Horses in the Morning. God bless and have a Merry Christmas.
Good morning, Horses in the Morning crew. Glenn, Jamie, and Jen. This is Carol Carter in North Carolina, and I'm calling with my fantasy ride. It isn't a specific horse, but for years I've always wanted to just say that I've jumped a 4-foot course. Unfortunately, I've had knee replacement and gotten older, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But that has been my fantasy, is to jump a 4-foot course.
Happy holidays, everybody, at Horses in the Morning. Thank you for having such a wonderful show. This is Alexandra Ireland, and my fantasy ride would definitely have to be Gem Twist.
Hi, Horse World. This is Legacy listener Rhonda Crabtree. It was hard for me to decide which horse from history I'd like to have a ride on. First, I considered Big Ben, a Canadian superhero. But since I don't jump anymore, I thought about Dynasty, a great Canadian dressage horse. But then I finally settled on Mr. Ed.
Hello. I'm Mr. Ed.
Who better to get a riding lesson from than a talking horse? Merry Christmas to all the hosts, auditors, and listeners of the Horse Radio Network from Canada.
Happy holidays, everyone. This is Casey. I'm an auditor for HRN, and I wrote a poem. Hooves are crunching through the fresh white snow. The air is turning white with each breath we blow. Bridles are jingling, saddles creak. Through winter's silence we slowly creep. Starlight shimmers through the tree, the moon lights the trail ahead. Grinning to myself, I think, I really should be in bed. Ahead the trail widens into a large clearing. My horse walks on without me steering. My eyes are pointed skyward, my mouth agape. What is that? That funny, flying shape? Through the air it seems to flutter, quick and fluid movements, like a knife through butter. My mare tosses her head as the shape comes into view. The moonlight shines on Santa and his crew. I hear the bells jingle on the harnesses above, as 12 reindeer fly as high as any dove. Ho, 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 says Santa, as he waves to me below. Merry Christmas to all who listen to the Horses in the Morning show. I awoke with a start, tucked snug in my bed, and realized why visions of Santa and riding had danced through my head. My earphones were tied in a misshapen knot, wrapped in my hair and the necklace I just bought. Podcast after podcast, as I slept, HRN was playing, though I'm not sure what they were saying. With that, I end this poorly written note, as it's time to feed, and I need to find my coat. Happy holidays, everybody.
Merry Christmas and happy Radiothon from Lindsay Helmuth, last year's Radiothon Grand Prize winner. My dream ride would be General Robert E. Lee's horse, Traveler. According to family legend, my grandfather's great-grandfather once held Traveler for General Lee outside of a tavern in Old Town, Virginia. I have always loved General Lee's descriptions of his special horse, and I think it would be amazing to get to meet and ride Traveler. I hope everyone at the Horse Radio Network and all of the Horse Radio Network auditors and listeners have a very wonderful Christmas and happy holidays.
Hi, Glenn, Jen, and Jamie. This is Rachel from Wisconsin, and I was calling with a song for Radiothon. Here we go. Sweeping down the aisles with a long-handled bristle broom, over the cracks I go, laughing all the way. Jamie, Glenn, and Jen, keeping spirits bright. Oh, what fun it is to be in the barn on Radiothon night. Cleaning stalls, cleaning up the barn. With Glenn and Jen and Jamie too, it's chore time on the farm. Happy Radiothon!
All I want for Christmas is my own pony, with sparkly hooves underneath my tree. Gee, if I could only have my own pony, then I could wish you Merry Christmas. You know, last year you dropped the ball. You brought a doll with pretty shoes and curls. I flung it in the fireplace. Why can't you understand that I'm a horse girl? So all I want for Christmas is my own pony, a saddle too, and Weatherbeeta, please. Gee, if I could only have my own pony, then I could wish you Merry Christmas.
Horse Lovers is having a special holiday flash sale every day in the holidays. 2 products available at amazing prices, and then they just disappear. Visit the site every day so you don't miss these brand name products at amazing holiday prices. Quantities are limited, so stop by often at horselovers.com/HRN. That's horselovers.com/HRN. Plus, horselovers.com is offering a special discount with purchase just for Radiothon listeners. Spend at least $49 with horselovers.com. Enter HRN in the coupon code box at checkout and get $5 off your next order instantly. This is an exclusive code just for HRN listeners. HRN in the coupon box at checkout at horselovers.com/HRN.
Well, we are are super pleased to have on our holiday radiothon a guest who is a legend, a show jumping legend. Melanie Smith Taylor became one of only 2 riders to ever win the Triple Crown of show jumping, the American Invitational, the International Show Jumping Derby, and the American Gold Cup, and the only person to win all 3 on the same horse. She capped off her amazing show jumping career with a team gold medal in the LA Olympic Games. And retiring from active competition in 1987, Melanie has continued to serve the horse world as a clinician, a television broadcaster for events, including the Olympic Games and World Championships, and as a recognized judge for 100 jumpers and hunt seat equitation. And if I had one fantasy and one dream, it would be to maybe video me jumping Zeus like on a little, he's all the way up to 2.6 now. And if I could somehow send that to Melanie and have her talk it like it's the Olympic Games, you guys are going to recognize her voice. Have her do a voiceover of now coming in, Jamie Massey Jennings on. So we welcome to this show, Melanie Smith Taylor. Good morning.
You have me laughing so hard. Thank you. I love that. Send it to me right away.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a dream come true. You'd have to be nice though, because you're just absolutely incredible. And there are times that I've listened to you and it's like, you're like, ooh, that was a bad decision she made. I'm like, no.
Well, I would be nice because now I don't want to jump anything higher than 18 inches. That's kind of my max. So I would be very nice to you at 2.6 for sure.
That's awful sweet. But why are you done jumping? Just why?
Well, I just life just goes on. I just have other things that I'm involved in, and I am riding though. I recently I ride with my little niece, and I recently acquired a couple horses, and I have a little quarter horse draft horse. We call him my old lady horse, and I just trail ride, pleasure ride around the farm and work with him. So I'm just having fun riding. But like I said, life goes in different directions, and I travel a whole lot, and I get my adrenaline fix with horses from teaching. In the clinics that I do, I'm good to be around horses and help horses, and I live with horses every day. They're all around. I see them from my house, from all my windows. So I'm around them and have them retired. So I'm still very much in the horse world and have a sense of horses around me at all times.
Absolutely. I would expect no less from you for sure. I mean, you are the voice of the horse world at this point, being the person that talks and does the voiceovers for the Olympics and all the championships, you can't, and Rolex and everything you do. So being that you travel so much and you're constantly seem like you're broadcasting all the time, much less all the clinics and shows. What is Christmas like for you? Is it a nice downtime? Is it a reprieve? Is it horsey? What do you do?
I love the holiday seasons, but I mainly because I'm home more. I usually, like I said, that's the time of year where I actually do spend a little more time at home, except that the only family I have, my sister, and she has 4 daughters, so they like to go somewhere fun, somewhere warm at Christmas. So they're going to Hawaii for a week, so I'm going to go with them, but the good thing is I'm going to give a clinic while I'm out there.
Of course you are.
So I'll be with horses. Yes, I can't not be with them. But we're going to be home. Actually, we come home Christmas Eve, so I'll be home Christmas Day, and it's sort of a tradition. My late husband and I would always feed all of our horses on the farm. Live outside. We used to have over 100, but now we only have 15. But the tradition was, to let everybody off, and we fed everything. And it's just so much fun to do that. And I don't think there's any sound more sweet than hearing the horses munching their hay and their grain. And isn't that when you go through the barn, it's just the most wonderful sound and comforting feeling.
That's my favorite moment of owning horses is when they're all standing there eating.
Yes, me too. I just love that. But our horses all live outside, In fact, we can't make them come in when the weather's bad. We've tried to go retrieve them on stormy days that they love to be outside. That's what they're meant to be. But, we feed them all outside in the pastures, but we throw hay and grain. You still have that wonderful feeling, and you can hug up next to their warm bodies and listen to them munch. I just love that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So one of the questions that we've been asking everybody is your fantasy ride. If you could ride any horse in history, fiction, nonfiction, any horse ever, I am just dying to know who Melanie Smith Taylor would ride.
I've been asked that before, and I thought, and I've never coveted other people's horses or other horses, because I've always just, loved ones I've had or loved watching the great ones. I've always thought it'd be so fun to ride the best horse in every division. Like, who wouldn't love to sit on Valegro for flying changes every stride? Riding the top cutting horse, the top gaited horse. But as far as in the jumper world, I guess some of my favorites of all time have been like Jim Twist and Milton, obviously Big Star's fabulous, and maybe Hickstead would have been the great stallion of Eric Lamaze's. I always loved a smaller horse because I think Calypso was small, not quite 16 hands. And Hickstead, when I stood next to him one time at an FEI jog, I was shocked that he wasn't even 16 hands. He's very small. But he and Calypso were the same in that they would go into the ring and they would just kind of rise up. It just felt like their aura. They felt big and they felt important. And Hickstead was such a dramatic jumper. I'd have to think he would have just been a phenomenal horse to ride because he was such a trier. And I love horses that try, that have that wonderful heart. And I think smaller horses have to try harder. And I just think maybe sometimes they have more try. Anyway,
I had no idea that I have Hickstead's Briar horse because I loved him madly, but in his Briar, he looks like he's a 17-hand monster. So I'm surprised that he was small.
Shocked. Yeah, I was shocked too. When I first walked up to him after watching him go, he looked like such a giant, but he wasn't. Well, you need to have Calypso's Briar.
Oh yeah, I'll put them right next to each other.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so I guess that's what I would say. But I loved listening to someone right before said they wanted to ride Traveler, Robert E. Lee's horse. I thought, what a fun idea. I should think of something clever like that. I thought that was really cute.
I know we had a guest on earlier. A voicemail came in, Templeton Thompson, and she said that she wouldn't want to ride it. She just want to spend time with Sergeant Reckless because you know what, she's done enough. I was like, dang, that's the best answer I've heard.
Oh yes,
right.
Don't you think it'd be fun to ride one of those Budweiser hitch horses? Though
Ooh,
I think that would be really fun.
Good one. See,
they don't have to be famous. They just have to look like fun. Oh, I just think they'd be fun.
Yes. Well, we now know what your next horse is going to be, a retired Budweiser Clydesdale to ride around the farm on.
Well, I have a half quarter horse, half draft horse cross right now, and it's kind of fun.
I know
they're really quiet and gentle.
Well, you know what, Melanie? We know the Budweiser people. I could have one shipped over to you if you really want one.
Well, they used to stop here. Our barn it's an old barn, and the stalls are big, like 14 by 14. And the Budweiser hitch used to pass through Memphis, and they would stop and stable here because we had the biggest stalls in town. So that's why I sort of fell in love with them. And then they would hitch them up and drive them down the driveway. It was, we have this long driveway that's like a mile long, and they'd take us on a ride. So I sort of have a warm spot in my heart for them because we used to see them a lot.
So, Glenn, she just basically slapped you in the face, right?
I know, she did. I heard that. I heard that, Melanie. I heard that.
No, but I don't know.
You one-upped me.
One-upped you like crazy. That is like, boom.
No, I didn't mean to do that. I that. I will take you up on it, Glenn. I think that'd be wonderful.
Oh, that made me so happy.
Right answer, Melanie. Right answer.
That's great. Well, Melanie, we appreciate everything. You've come on so many times, and I just feel so close to you, and so I feel like we're kin. And everything that you say and everything
We
you
got to
do.
come visit.
I know. Please do. If you're ever in the Phoenix area, please come on out. And I'm going to search your website and see if you're going to be doing any clinics. And I know you have a book, so let's talk about the book real quick. Give us the name and the website and everything.
Well, yeah, my book is called Riding with Life: Lessons from the Horse, and it came out last year, and it's on my website's just melaniesmithtaylor.com, and it's a combination of the things I learned from some great horsemen in my life, my mother, and the great horsemen that I've learned a lot of things from, Buck Brannaman and Ray Hunt after I retired from jumping, and I just can connect it with what I learned from George Morris and the different people in my life in the jumping world. So it's a lot of groundwork, horse handling, stable management, ideas and exercises, and then how that relates to all of your flat work and jumping and show ring riding. And that's what I really enjoy doing. My clinics are a combination of good horsemanship as well as technical.
Now the cover, I got to ask
skills.
You, the cover of the book is amazing. Is that you riding without a helmet, jumping bareback?
Well, it was without a helmet, but that was like, 55 or so years ago. I think I was 11 or 12, and it, wasn't about the helmets then. But yeah, just jumping. Jumping without a bridle or a saddle, bareback.
Bridleless, saddleless, arms in the air, no helmet.
Yeah, we would just
love it.
Yeah, it was like a look mono hands kind of picture. We just got on and rode, and when we would spend the night with friends, we'd take our ponies with us, and the ponies would spend the night too. We just rode all day everywhere, and nobody thought about a saddle. We did use bridles normally.
How fun. I'd
But
love
now
to see you in Calypso, bridleless and saddleless jumping jumps like that. Fantastic.
I may have done all of that, but I am an advocate for hard hats. I wouldn't even get on a horse for a standing photograph, I say now, without a helmet. So
Absolutely.
The picture on the book is some years ago, but I'm not cavalier about that anymore because we know too much. We didn't know back then, but we do now.
Yep. Well, we have to wrap right now, but Melanie, thank you so much for coming on. And Melanie Smith Taylor is the website, and holidayradiothon.com is where you guys want to go if you want to see any of the prizes. And we're about to give some more prizes away, Melanie. So thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful Merry Melakaliki Maka.
Thank you, Melanie.
Exactly. Oh, that's good. Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's hear from our title sponsor of this hour, and that's Omega Alpha Equine. Winter season is the time of year when our horses' respiratory systems often show signs of stress. More time in the barn, traveling long distances to winter quarters, and back-to-back competitions for weeks on end can all take a heavy toll on your horse's respiratory system. That's why Omega Alpha Equine has developed a variety of products to keep your horse's airways functioning properly. Airwaves, Lung Flush, Herbicough, Respifree, and Stasis have all been developed to keep your horse's respiratory system in peak condition. Ask for Omega Alpha's all-natural products at your local tack and feed supplier, or visit them online at omegaalphaequine.com. That's omegaalphaequine.com. And now Wendy is going. It's that time. It's that time. Yay! Prize time.
Okay.
So, Wendy, what are we giving away?
We're giving away a pair of Cavallo Trek hoof boots worth $170. Glenn and Jennifer use these boots all the time on Scooter and Nigel, and they're some of the most comfortable and longest-lasting boots on the market today. These boots work because they're easy to put on and off. They have an all-terrain tread that minimizes buildup of mud, sand, and debris. They provide excellent traction while still allowing natural movement. The center of the outsole is recessed to maximize pressure, and the Cavallo Trek hoof boots have built-in sole relief and a raised inner rim that takes pressure off the sole, bars, and frog. Cavallo's honeycomb design maximizes strength and minimizes weight for the comfortable performance your horse deserves. Visit cavalloinc.com for more information. That's CAVALLO-INC.com. And the next one is the Stud Muffins.
Stud Muffins.
Pack worth $250. Stud Muffins are the horse treats that are 100% handcrafted. Every batch is made with care and devotion to produce the ultimate horse treat for your equine herd, whether you have 1 or 100. This amazing pack includes 4 90-ounce bags of Stud Muffins, 1 12 Nays of Christmas Advent calendar. Oh, I need one of those. 1 reward chart, 2 pairs of riding socks with matching muffin tops. Oh, I'm not sure I'd want the muffin tops. Stud muffins are available.
Different kind of muffin top there, Wendy.
Stud muffins are available at most retailers, or Google Stud Muffins to find the location nearest you.
So we have Cavallo boots and Stud Muffins. Let's, real quick, we don't have a lot of time, but let's get Cynthia on here, one of our listeners calling in. Hey, Cynthia.
Hi.
Hey, thank you so much. We don't have a lot of time. Would you mind helping us pick the winner for this hour?
We have to pick a number between 1 and 210.
1 and 210 that will win the Cavallo boots, which I use every time I drive my pony.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
179.
179 is Rosie Murillo.
Rosie! Yay, Rosie! Congratulations!
And so she gets the Cavallo boots.
She gets the Cavallo boots. Now, Cynthia, you have to do better at picking yourself here. So let's have... now we have the Stud Muffin gift pack worth $250. That is a lot of frickin' Stud Muffins.
Same numbers?
Yep, same numbers.
Okay. 60.
60.
60, that's a nice one. Okay, let's see. 60 is Elizabeth Mueller.
Elizabeth Mueller, that's congratulations to you. You won a whole lot of Stud Muffins. Thank you so much for helping out, Cynthia.
You're welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
All right, Jamie, we have to say goodbye to you until later in the day. You're going to help out in the Horsemanship Hour, which will be 1 to 2 o'clock Eastern.
All right, don't let me forget.
We'll call you.
Thanks, Jamie, and congratulations again on your big announcement. If you didn't hear it, go back tomorrow and listen to hour 2 of the show. And you can hear Jamie's big announcement, and we will have all the replays up for you tomorrow, so you won't miss a thing. Congratulations, Jamie.
Thanks, y'all. Spay Neuter Guild. Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Talk to you later.